Hey guys, behind me I have a 2012 Honda Odyssey and it's been running a little bit warm. So I'm going to show you what I do to diagnose whether it is a fan relay, whether it is a fan, or if there's something else going on that's keeping the car from running cool how it should. So right now I'm just doing a visual inspection. I'm grabbing a good flashlight, it's nice and bright, and I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking in the back of the hoses where it goes into the heater core, making sure nothing's leaking. I'm looking at the fans, the blades, seeing if they're broken, seeing if there's something stuck in them. I'm also looking at the wires. I'm looking at the thermostat, seeing if that's leaking, seeing if any hoses are leaking. I'll even climb underneath the vehicle and see if there's any coolant that has seeped out of the vehicle, or any signs of coolant that has seeped out of the vehicle from overheating or a possible leak of some sort. So now I'm getting a good visual of the fans, and I'm looking at the fans, seeing if there's any blades that are broken. Sometimes you could have some blades broken. Sometimes you could even have debris inside there where it's keeping the fan from spinning. I'm just getting an overall good visual, looking at the wires, just checking everything out, making sure there's nothing obvious before I move on to the next step. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to actually open the radiator cap, and the reason for doing that is I want to see what condition is the coolant in. I want to see if there's coolant in it, but I want to emphasize this: make sure the engine is cold, make sure there's no pressure in here, and if there is and you open this, it could hurt you. So be careful when doing this part. Make sure everything's cool, it's not pressurized at all. So here we're looking at the coolant. Looks like there's coolant in there. Okay, that's a good sign. So now I have to determine what's going on. How come it's warming up? It's running hotter than usual. For this next section, I'm going to be using a scan tool. You don't have to use a scan tool to diagnose a cooling issue, but it makes life a lot easier. And this is what I'm going to be using. And I'm going to show you how I use it and the process I use to trigger the relays to see if the fans are turning on or not. And even to check for any codes, because I could have a code where it's telling me something's wrong. So I got the scan tool out, it's connected. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to read the codes. I want to find out what's happened. And we actually have no codes present. So it's fixed, right? Wrong. Now I'm going to do a test to trigger the relays to see if we could turn on the fans and see if the fans are working. So with the scan tool, you could do so many different tests. You could test your evap system, you could test your fuel pump, you could turn it on and off, injectors, and we're going to go all the way down to radiator fan. So basically what this test is going to do is I'm able to turn on the relay, which should turn on the fans, and then I could determine what's going on, seeing if the relays are kicking on, seeing if the fans are kicking on, and then further diagnosing the situation. So I'm going to hit continue. I'm going to pick all the settings, and it's going to toggle. There it is, it's just turned on. Let's see which fan is running. Okay, so we have this fan's running okay, but this one's not moving at all, and that should have kicked on as well. Okay, I'm going to turn it off. Okay, so now I'm going to open the relay box, the fuse box, and what I'm going to do is listen in. There's two relays. There's one relay here for the cooling fan and the other relay for the AC cooling fan. So these control two different circuits, and they should both be clicking on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toggle it on and listen to see if they both are clicking on, and they don't happen at the same time. They toggle in a sequence. One would toggle first and the other one will toggle next, so that I could determine which one's working and which one's not. So with having the scan tool right in front of me, I'm gonna hit continue and I'm gonna toggle it on again, and I'm gonna put my fingers on it and I'm gonna feel if the relays are kicking on to start with. Felt one, felt two. Okay, gonna stop and I'm gonna do it again. And you could even hear it. 1, 2. Okay, and we're gonna look at the fans again, and only one is running. Okay, that one's not turning on. We're gonna stop it. So basically right now what we have is the two relays are clicking on. I could hear them. I'm gonna pull them out. I'm gonna do a visual inspection on them. I'm gonna look for any burn marks, anything on the terminals that's indicating that something's been getting hot, something's wrong, before I move on to the next step. So I'm gonna be pulling off both of these relays, okay? And I'm gonna be using this to pull them off because they're a little stuck. I'm gonna just wedge it underneath and just pull up. I'm gonna do a good visual inspection to see if any of this has gotten burnt, if it looks messed up, if it looks like it's been getting too hot. And it looks to be okay. Nothing's jumping out at me yet. I'm gonna look at the terminals, I'm looking for any discoloration, any signs of hot. It's been getting too hot. Something's wrong. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna place this one back in. Okay, now I'm going to pull this one off. Okay, it looks to be the same. They look good. Nothing's jumping out at me. The terminals look good, no discoloration. They don't look like they're pushed in. Sometimes you could have them where the actual terminals are pushed back in. They seem to be fine. Okay. Okay, so for this next part, I have determined the relays look okay. We could do another test on that, but what I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna want to go directly to this pigtail over here where the fan is. I'm gonna unplug it and I'm gonna put a multimeter and I'm gonna toggle on the relay with the scan tool to see if I get a voltage reading, to see if there's power coming in, because there could be power being delivered and the fan's not turning on. So I'm going to determine if there's power being delivered to the end of that terminal, to that pigtail right now. Okay, so for this next part, I have unplugged the fan and I'm going to inspect the pigtail the same way. I'm going to look at the wires. The wires look good. I'm going to look at the terminals, looking for discoloration. Okay, I'm going to go on the fan side and look at the same thing. Okay, that looks good. No discoloration there. Wires don't look to be burnt. And you would see it. It will pop out at you when the wires are burnt. You would definitely see it. They seem to be fine. So now for this next part, I'm going to be hooking up the multimeter and toggling it on and determining if there's power. So I'm grabbing the pigtail that the power should be coming from. This is coming from the harness, and I'm probing it, connecting this pin right here, this terminal, into one side, and then I'm going to the other side and I'm connecting that so they're touching. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my multimeter. I am not sponsored by Mac. And I'm going to connect one to one side. It doesn't matter what direction you put it. and as long as the multimeter is in DC, and then the other one and the other side. So now we're going to be having, when we turn the toggle on the relay with the scan tool, we should be having positive and negative coming through and some type of voltage reading. Something should be coming through to this side. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on now. Oh, and it looks like we have something. This 11 volts, 11.9. Okay, so there's power coming in. So I'm getting 11.9 volts coming in on this side. And yes, the battery does run on 12 volts, but I've been running the scan tool off of it. The headlights turn on by themselves when you have the switch on. The fan's been toggling on and off. So we've been draining some of that juice out of the vehicle. I could turn on the vehicle and charge the battery, and I know I will get 12 volts. I know that that's not the problem going on. There's not a voltage drop. The wires doesn't seem to be burnt or anything. So now I have determined that the relay is working. The signal is being sent to the fan, but the fan's not turning on. So therefore I determined the fan is bad. It's a bad fan. And I'm going to show you now, before unmounting everything, how you could test real quick if it was a bad fan or not, before you decide I'm going to just put it on there and it still doesn't work. We're going to test it outside of the vehicle because we should have enough space where we could plug things in and see if it turns on. I already had diagnosed the vehicle and I knew the fan was bad, but I just wanted to show you guys the process. And since this vehicle has over 100,000 miles, I decided to go ahead and do both fans, the left and right radiator and condenser fan, because it's just good practice. You know, you don't have to do it like this. You could just replace the one that is bad, but one is $60, the other one's 80 bucks. Why not? So for this next part, I actually plugged the fan to the pigtail, and I'm gonna tell you this: when this fan kicks on, it could hurt you. Okay, I don't want you to stick your finger in there. I want you to be careful. It's gonna be, I have it outside of the vehicle. I'm gonna spin it freely. There's nothing that's gonna interfere with it. I'm gonna hold it here, keeping my fingers away from there, from the blades, and I'm gonna turn on the scan tool and see if we could get this thing to turn on. And there it goes. Look at that, it's working.